Let me compare it to some other favorite EDC lights that I have. Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. Today we're looking at this, which is the MH11 from Nitecore. This is an EDC sized flashlight and it checks a lot of the boxes for me right out of the box I got it in. So let's take a look at the details and then we'll take it out to the night and use it. All right, so what do you get with it? Obviously you're gonna get the box, MH11, 1000 lumens. You can see that right there on the front. A little bit of information on the sides and some information on the back as well. You do get a USB-C charging cord, which is awesome. And a lot of these Nitecore cords come with this little Velcro loop, so you can basically organize the cord when you're done using it, which is awesome. I love to keep my gear organized. You get the Nitecore warranty. Of course, you get the instruction manual. You get a ballistic nylon sheath. And then you get a little bag of accessories, including a lanyard, some O-rings, and a pocket clip. Now, obviously, you're gonna get the flashlight as well, and it does come with a 2600 milliamp hour battery. It's an 18650, 3.7 volts. That's that guy right there. All right, so let's talk about charging it real quick. You've got this little USB-C port here. Open it up. There's your USB-C port inside, and you're basically gonna plug that in, plug it into your wall via the USB and an adapter, plug it into your computer. There's a light here on the opposite side, right above my finger, that little hole. That's gonna flash blue, and then when it's fully charged, it will stop flashing. Here's a look at it in the holster or sheath, depending on what you call it. Velcro on the front, open that up, and then cinch it down to keep it safe, make sure it doesn't fall out. Big plastic D-ring on the back. It does have Velcro on the back as well as a stitched in section as well. So you can attach it to gear, you can run your belt through it. Because of the size of it, and because of the fact that it comes with a pocket clip, I'm just gonna run this one in my pocket without the sheath. All right, now as far as function, that is definitely a win for me in how it works because it has an end tail pressure switch. It does have these two little lips, so you can end stand it because those are squared off as opposed to being rounded off. And then you're basically gonna depress it in and then let it go, and it's gonna turn on, and a slight depress will cycle through. So right now you can see it's on at 3, goes up to 50, 230, 1000, 3, 50, 230, 1000. So once again, you can see it's on the 3 here. I turn it off, turn it back on, it stays on at the 3. If I go up to the 50, that's the next level up. Turn it off, you can wait as long as you want. Turn it back on, it's gonna come back on at the 50. Same thing all the way up. So let's go up to the 1000 here. There's 1000, turn it off. And I'll wait for 10 seconds here, and we'll see. Even when you wait for 10 seconds, it's not going to default back to that lowest lumen output. It's going to stay at whatever output you put it on. So basically you got the memory feature there. So here's turning it back on, coming back on at 1000 lumens. All right, back to this little light here, this little blue light that's going to glow on the side. When you're down around 50%, it's going to flash every 2 seconds to let you know you're around 50%. And then when you get down to almost 0, it's going to just keep on flashing. Now, another advantage of this is you can use CR123s or rechargeable CR123s as well. All right, let me give you some details on runtime. Your low is 3 lumens, that's going to run for 250 hours. Your medium is 50 lumens, that's going to be for 20 hours and 45 minutes. Your high, 230 lumens at 4 hours and 15 minutes. And your turbo, 1000 lumens, and that's going to run for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Now, it does say it has the ATR, which is Advanced Temperature Regulation. It says the integrated ATR technology regulates the output of the MH11 according to the working condition and the ambient environment to maintain the optimal performance. So that kind of sounds like they're saying it's going to drop down in output so it doesn't fry it, which makes sense. We'll see when we take it out into the night what that actually looks like. Let's talk about the size here. Your length is 5.05 inches. That's 128.3 millimeters. And your diameter is 0.95 inches. That's 24 millimeters. It is impact resistant to 1 meter and waterproof submersible to 2 meters. All right, so why do I like this light? Now, I haven't seen the function of it at all. I have not used it yet. We're gonna test it out and then I'll EDC it and then I'll report back to you. But already I like it because USB-C, end pressure switch, that's another win for me. It can tail stand, that's another win for me. Nice pocket clip, that's another win for me. The overall size, it's not massive, it's not really small, it's a good EDC size for me. I do like the batons, the little batons from Olight, but that little side pressure switch, I prefer an end pressure switch. Take it out, boom, turn it on. It's just my preference. So it's checking a lot of those boxes for me. USB-C for recharging, I think it's a win. A lot of flashlight companies are trying to move that way, so I like the fact that these guys are there with this recharging process. And you know, the fact that I can use CR123s if I got them kicking around, or this rechargeable 18650, that's a win as well. Take a look at the bezel right there. It's a little bit aggressive, not super aggressive. I guess it could be a little bit more aggressive for my liking, but it's definitely not like a major flaw in my mind. It's just, it could use a little bit more aggression than it currently has, but I like the fact that it's not totally smooth. It gives you a little bit of an aggressive bezel. Texture is relatively good. The knurling may be a little bit smooth. We'll see as I use it for a bit. But as far as how it feels in hand when I take it out, and you got those two kind of side fins, which your thumb just falls right in between to depress that end pressure switch. So lots of wins for this Nitecore. But as we ultimately know, for a flashlight, it's got to work for you in the dark. So let's take this thing out into the night and use it. All right, we're going to start off here in my kitchen. Let's start off at the lowest setting. This is 3 lumens. I mean, you could see around fine here. Wouldn't want this in a huge room or outside right now, but 3 lumens is just fine to kind of move around the house at night. Let's go to the next level. That's 50. So there's 50. Obviously better light. Let me turn the camera a little bit. All right, next level is 230. That's quite a bit of light. You can, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but definitely a hotter center with some spill out from there. But plenty of light obviously for inside. And let's go to the 1000. So that is definitely tons of light inside. And I can see the whole kitchen just fine now. All right, outside now. We've got 3 cars in the driveway. We've got a kind of a small SUV, and then my Hyundai Veloster, and then my mother-in-law here is visiting with her Honda Fit. So we'll shine at the lowest setting. Here's 3 lumens. So you can see the Honda Fit right here up close. The other 2 cars you can see okay in the distance. Let's go up to 50 here. So with 50 I can see everything quite well. Let's go to that 230. Obviously even better, and now 1000. I'm going to back the camera up now. Okay, back at 75 feet, looking at the cars again. Here's 3 lumens. See a little bit reflecting off of the sign, which is actually down the road a little bit, and also the back lights of the car. Let's go up to 50. So at this setting, you can see the cars okay. I mean, I could definitely see if somebody was just kind of hanging out there. If somebody was in the cars, it'd be a little bit hard to see here at 75 feet at 50 lumens. So let's go to 230. So at 230, the back windows on that white SUV are tinted out. I could probably see somebody in the front seat, probably in the Fit. I could see okay. It is giving me enough light from basically the end of the driveway over this way. When I'm shining at the straight in the middle here, I can see to the end of the driveway and over to the steps, basically. So that's 230. Let's go to 1000. Sorry about that. Let's go to 1000. So now if anybody was in the cars, I could definitely see into the cars other than the back tinted windows. I could probably still see a shape there. But yeah, definitely at 1000, really nice amount of light. And again, I could see from the driveway over to the steps just fine when I shine it here in the middle. All right, it's a little fuzzy here on camera, but I'm actually shining at the neighbor's house. No one's living there now. They're trying to rent it out or sell the place. But just to give you a sense, looking 75 feet away to the cars, and then probably another 150 feet through the trees to the red house, which is my neighbor's house. Check this out. So that's at 1000 lumens. I couldn't see in the windows if somebody was in the house, but I can definitely make out the house quite well. I can see all that. All right, I'm gonna go stand off in the driveway now, right next to the car we're looking at, and shine the light back at the camera. All right, we're going to do one last test here. I'm going to walk up to my car, which is about 25 feet away, and I'm going to actually do it with the 4 different outputs. So this is the lowest output, so 3 lumens as I walk up to the car, and you can see what that looks like. So now just imagine I was hopping into the car. All right, second test here at 50 lumens. All right, so that's our second test. Third test here at 230 lumens. Definitely easier to see all around the car here. Last test here at 1000 lumens. Just going to turn around and look down the road here. So this is 1000 lumens shining down the road. I could definitely see the entire road, both sides, and probably 10 feet off into the woods on either side. And now hopping into the car. All right, let's wrap up talking about the MH11 here. Obviously, you've seen it in use. Let me compare it to some other favorite EDC lights that I have. So let me give you the rundown here of what these different lights are. All right, so up on the top here in the green, we have the Black Scout Survival W1 made by ThruNite. This is an S1R Baton 2 from Olight. This is the M5 from Powertec. This is the MH11 we just used. This is the Flat Dark Earth Streamlight Microstream that is USB rechargeable. And then we have an i5T EOS from Olight. Let me talk about these top two first compared to the MH11. First thing I'll tell you is that they have that little side pressure switch, which you can see right here on this one and similarly on that one. And honestly, I just much more prefer an end pressure switch. That button is just quite small, so at night, if you're fiddling around at night trying to find your flashlight, trying to find the button, it's just a hassle, whereas I know exactly where this is. It's on the end, whereas on this one, you sometimes got to spin it around and find out exactly where it is. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, just line up the clip opposite. That's true, but just at night, it's a small little button. I like to have an end pressure switch, so that is my preference. That's the first thing I'll note that I like about this one compared to those two. Now, again, I do like all these lights because that's why I'm talking about them, but the end pressure switch is a win for me. So comparing the MH11 to these other lights, the MicroStream is USB rechargeable. It's got that little micro USB. I do prefer a USB-C. This also is just smaller. I do find the end pressure switch on stream lights just goopy sometimes. That's the word I use. It doesn't have a nice solid click and it kind of mushes in and it's on, mushes in, and then it goes off. I just like a solid click. So I like the MH11 for that reason. This one does give you the option because of that kickback on the clip that you can put that on a hat. Obviously it's small and lightweight. So just, you know, some differences there. Better click on there. Definitely more lightweight for this one. The i5T EOS, I've used a bunch of these different lights from Olight, different styles and colors and stuff. It doesn't have a rechargeable, basically a recharging port. So you could put a rechargeable AA battery in it, but then you got to take it out and charge it up. So that's a disadvantage for that one. Smaller, more lightweight, does have the kickback on the clip there, so you can put that on a hat. But I just like a light that I can charge up, you know, just plug the cord in, plug it into the wall, good to go. I don't have to replace the battery. All right, comparing the MH11 to the Powertec M5. Now this is an older generation M5. This is a proprietary charging port. You got to have the right plug for it. If I remember correctly, the newer ones, you can actually, I know in the newer ones, you can pop out that port and there's, I think, a micro USB or USB-C under there to charge it. So the future generations I like even more. This one is going to ride a little bit deeper in my pocket. I like that pocket clip better. It's a little bit wider. This one's a little bit more snug than my preference would be. Similar functionality. This doesn't have the end pressure switch for selecting, but it has the end pressure switch to turn it on. And then it has a side pressure switch, which you can see right there. So some differences there. I do like that that's a little bit smaller. The Knurling is a little bit more aggressive on that, which I like. But very comparable in their output and overall function. So kind of give and take the pluses and minuses. My general preference is if I can cycle through using the end pressure switch, that's the biggest win for me. So final thoughts on the MH11. Again, you've heard about the wins that I've mentioned already. Price point is around 50 bucks. So 50 bucks for 1,000 lumens in this size flashlight with a battery included, I think is a really good deal. You know, if you're like, I'm looking for a solid EDC flashlight, I want something a little bit bigger than like the S1R or S2R baton, or even the new S3, but the baton 3 that's come out. Yeah, the MH11 is a win. Definitely like this light. Definitely recommend this light. Nitecore I've had really good experience with. There are some other lights that I like more and I like less. This one is definitely in the like a lot category, like more category. Yeah, you'll see this, you know, in EDC pictures I post on Instagram and stuff like that. It's been a great light, and I've EDC'd it, and it's worked well for me. So I recommend it. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts and feedback. If you have it, if you've used one, what do you think about it? The downsides for this one for me are more in the preference category as opposed to like legitimate downsides in function. This thing has functioned excellent for me. There's just some things that I would tweak based on my personal preference, but like I said, it does check a lot of the boxes. So let's hear your thoughts and feedback in the comment section. All right, guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.